All right, so sorry, we got cut off with our last video. So we just have the last little bit, which is adding your tail. So you made your coil about the size of your wooden tool. And now I want you to take your clay and I want you to kind of wrap it around. Wrap it around so it kind of goes into a spiral around your stick. You don't want it to be too long because that'll make it more fragile. But you want to give it a few little times around. So when you're done, you slide the stick out and you have a nice little pigtail. So I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to cut that off. Okay, so now, here comes the fun part. We're going to attach the coil onto the back of our pig. So again, we're scoring the back of the pig where we're going to add that coil, and then carefully you're also going to score the coil. I'm going to add a little bit of slip. Oh no, just bumped his ear. All right, a little bit of slip, and then I'm going to attach. So again, you might want to kind of use your tool to smooth that area. Because remember, just like we've been talking about this whole time, craftsmanship when you make your artwork is really, really important. So you want it to be nice and smooth. You really want it to stay on there. You don't want it to break off before it goes into the kiln. All right. Now, the last step is that I would like for you to write your name on your pig. Now, the best area, this is kind of silly, I know, but it seems to be the best area to make sure that we all know where, or that I know where to look to find all of your names. Depending on how you made your pig, everyone always has a little bit of space under the tail. So I know it's kind of a silly place, but that way I know where to look. If they're all in the same spot, you can write your name kind of down here under the tail. Now, you need to write it so that I can read it, because if you're not very neat in writing your name and I can't read it, it's probably not going to get back to you. So you really want to take your time and make sure that it's done well so that I can read it. All right. So when you're done with your pig, the last thing you want to do is do a nice little once over. You're going to double check and make sure that that slit is open. And if you have any spots that got bumped, like how I bumped his ear, maybe you want to go back. If you have any little extra fun little details that you want to add, you can do that. But you really want to be careful that that tail doesn't start to droop. Like mine's starting to droop a little bit. I probably made it a little bit too long. So I'm kind of pushing it back, maybe kind of sticking it together a little bit so that it doesn't fall off. All right, once you're satisfied with your pig, you're all done, you're ready to go, what you need to do is you need to go take this and put this on your class's shelf in the kiln room. Now remember, when you put something on the kiln shelf, you want to push your hand as far back as you can, because if we have a bunch of pigs sitting on the shelf and then there's no way to get your hand behind that pig, you're going to end up, you know, with ears that get bumped or tails that get bumped. So make sure that when you put that on the drying shelf in the kiln room that you push your hand as far back as you can to put your pig on the shelf. And also make sure you're putting it on the correct shelf so that it doesn't get separated from the rest of your class. So now you've made your pig. So we will fire them and then we'll be glazing them. All right, I'll see you later.